Okay, so let's take a look at average rate of change. So first, um, it's not too different from rate of change. We're actually still going to use all the things we know about rate of change, which is the same as slope. So it's actually still like all of these things. It's rise over run. It's um, change in y over change in x. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? It's all of these things still. Um, but the difference is just we can't just say, okay, well, what's the slope? Because there's different slopes, right? Here, look, the slope here is positive, and the slope here is negative, and the slope right here is 0. And in calculus, you'll learn how to calculate the slope basically at every point along the line. And it's really interesting, but we're not there yet. And so right now what we're saying is you have to pick a certain interval, a certain starting point and a certain ending point to find the slope. And so here's what you're being asked right now. Use the graph above to find the average rate of change from x equals -4 to x equals -1. So here's x equals -4, and here's x equals -1. So what I'm being asked is basically between these two, between like in this section of the graph, what is this average rate of change? Okay, and so here's how I can do it, and you can see it. I can sort of just like draw a line and kind of figure it out, but I'm going to show you sort of the official way to do it, and you can use that all the time. So what we recognize is that x, this is a point, right? This is -4. And what's the y value at -4? Well, here it is, right? The graph's right there, and it's actually 0. And then at x is -1, what's the y value there? Well, let's see. Here's the graph, and the y value is 3. And so now I know how to find the slope here. Hey, this is 2 points. I can do this. I'm gonna use the slope formula. Something a little new for us. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Remember this from yesterday? So M is, the slope is, the rate of change is. Remember it's, and I'm gonna just write this bigger right here so we can see it. It's Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Okay, that's the slope formula. So here's Y2, 3, minus Y1 is 0, X2 is -1, minus X1, minus, and X1 is -4. So here we go. 3 minus 0 is 3. This is -1, and then this becomes a plus. So this is -1 plus 4. So just real quick, this is -1 and +4. So we can see this cancels, and we're left with +3. And so then I simplify, and 3 over 3 is 1. So in this case, the average rate of change from -4 to -1 is 1. Okay? And so notice what I did, right, is I basically found 2 points, and then I found the slope. How did I find 2 points? I took this input, and I found the output, right? And I took this input, and I found the output. This is not new to us, right? This is basically me saying, what's f of -4? Right? We did this. We did this for the past couple of days. So what's f of -4? It's 0. Well, that's input of -4, output of 0. This is a point, right? And so that's the point that I used. Okay? Now, you're going to go ahead and try on the right side.